All right, first of all, hello everyone and welcome to this lunchtime talk. My name is Vern and today's topic is on how to heal our gut for a better metabolic health. Now, of course, why I came about this topic is because over 15 years ago, something happened to me, actually triggered my psoriasis. So at that point in time, psoriasis is something new to me and I started researching on how can I improve my psoriasis condition. Now, psoriasis, if you do not know, is actually an autoimmune problem. All right, it's a great disease. There's no cure to it, but we can do certain things to actually maintain or even control it. All right. Now, of course, during that period of time, I learned about what food to take, what food not to take. And I came across this term called leaky gut. It somehow sparked my interest. What is leaky gut all about? And when I started exploring more into it, it suddenly, everything makes sense. All right. At the end of the day, it's all about what we eat, what we do that actually affects our body chemistry, at the same time, our body component as well. All right, so that came about this, how to heal our gut. In fact, a lot of people are not taking, or rather taking for granted of their intestinal health. All right, and let me just share the next slide. So according to one of the Greek physicians, who is also the father of modern medicines, he mentioned that all diseases starts, or rather begins in the gut, and a bad digestion is the root of all evil. Well, perhaps not all diseases starts from the gut, but at least most of the metabolic diseases actually starts, or rather interlink, okay, with our gut health. Again, and most of the thing, 70% of our gut health, okay, also is in relation to our immune system, immunity, okay. Now, can you relate to any of this? All right, perhaps people you know have some food intolerance, sensitive to certain food, okay, mood swing, thyroid issue, IBS, all right, GERD, all right, celiac, okay, bowel syndrome, autoimmune diseases, okay, cannot put on weight because of malnutrition, all right, inflammatory or even difficult to lose weight, or perhaps even more specific, people experiencing depression, ADHD, all right, chronic fatigue, always get tired easily, even rheumatoid arthritis, for example, is also relation to chronic inflammation. All right, even constipation, I think quite common nowadays. Eczema, another common, okay. Thyroid, common diseases, all right. Can you relate to all these things? Now, in fact, all these are somewhat related to our modern lifestyle. When I mention our modern lifestyle, I'm talking about stress. I'm talking about lack of exercise, especially nowadays we are working from home. So we tend to be sedentary lifestyle, okay, lack of exercise, lack of activities, perhaps eating, okay, poor food choices, or even irregular food consumption, okay, not enough sleep, sleep late, okay. These are common things that actually affects our body chemistry and indirectly also affects our body gut health as well. So thereby affecting, okay, our gut to become leaky gut. So what is this leaky gut all about? All right. So let me share this video.
Intestines are lined with barrier cells called epithelial cells. These epithelial cells have tight junctions between them to ensure that no undigested food particles, digestive waste, or toxins. Healthy epithelial cells are supported by a balanced microbiome of good and bad bacteria, which is supported by a nutrient-rich intestinal environment. Stress, poor diet, lack of exercise, and use of antibiotics can disrupt our microbiome and intestinal environment. These disruptions can lead to weak epithelium. Without tight junctions, undigested food particles, digestive waste, and toxins can leak out of our intestines and into our bloodstream, causing inflammatory immune responses, various digestive disorders, and changes to the normal function of the digestive tract. This is often called leaky gut. So what can you do about it? A nutrient-rich intestinal environment helps support a healthy microbiome, which helps support strong epithelial cells and tight epithelial junctions. Therefore, an effective way to help prevent leaky gut is to maintain a healthy, nutrient-rich intestinal environment. This can be achieved with whole food and plant-based nutritional intake, good eating habits, and lifestyle management techniques like stress reduction and exercise.
All right, that says it for the leaky gut. And in short, leaky gut is about our intestinal barrier, intestinal wall, that loosen, such that all those harmful component, say for example, undigested food, our toxin, our medication, all right, even bad bacteria passes through or permeate through into our bloodstream and therefore causing inflammation. Okay, so that's about leaky gut. Now, of course, over here, how do we heal it? That's a key component for today's topic. How do we heal our gut? All right. Now, top tip number one, most of us are experiencing stress, and stress is also interlinked to leaky gut as well. So of course, you may not be stressful now, but you may be stressful at the later part of the day or certain part of the day as well. Okay, so how do you reduce stress? I'm going to teach you one simple technique called the deep breathing and relaxation technique. Okay, so what you can do over here, if you're watching this video now, okay, you can put your hand, one on your chest and the other hand on your belly. All right, one on your chest and the other one on your belly. All you need to do is just breathe in your nose, breathe through your nose. Okay, when you breathe it in, your belly should rise up. That means all the air goes through to your belly. Then use your nose, breathe it out. Then you feel your tummy flattening. All right. So your chest shouldn't be moving, but rather your tummy or your belly should be rising up and down according to your breathing. Let's do another breath. Okay, so even while you're cooking, if you're feeling stressful, take note of your breathing technique. Now, most of the time we are having shallow breathing, and that's the reason why not much oxygen comes in. We feel stressed, we feel tight, okay, even causing stress in the sense that tightness in our neck and shoulder to even migraine and so on and so forth, okay? Deep breathing and relaxation technique, true breathing, all right? Now, tip number two. Tip number two is chew your food. Just ask yourself, how many times do you chew your food before you swallow it? All right, how many times do you chew your food before you swallow it? Usually we talk about 50, 60 times, or even chew until it's liquid before you swallow your food. Because as we chew, our saliva, okay, has the enzyme to help break down the food, and while through the intestinal area also breaks it down further to allow nutrition to be absorbed by our intestine into our body. Now, if you don't chew well, okay, all the nutrients, the good stuff, will not be easily absorbed by our body as well. Not only that, okay, if you chew properly, you can also lose weight. What do I mean by that? Now, do you know that it takes half an hour or so for your tummy to tell your brain that you are full? So at the same time, while you're chewing, okay, it also kickstart this hormone, all right, that makes you feel full. So while you're chewing, okay, you start to feel, okay, I'm starting to get full already, and therefore you won't be having a lot of other food, okay, eating a lot more food, okay. So chewing does help in terms of, not just in terms of allowing your digestion, okay, to easily digest the food. It also helps to absorb the nutrition better, and at the same time, it helps to reduce your, okay, eating of food. Okay, eat lesser food or eat full enough can already, not overeat, all right. So next thing, tip number three, lemon plus warm water, not cold water, but warm water every morning. Okay, lemon water every morning. Why lemon water? Because lemon water, of course, lemon, as you know, has a lot of antioxidant. Okay, it's good for anti-cancer, good for detox. Okay, a lot of health benefit. And of course, when we take lemon water in the morning, it helps to aid digestion, kickstart our digestive system for the day. Okay, to prepare yourself for the next meal, your breakfast, for example. All right. So it does aid digestion. Okay, it's also good for leaky gut. Tip number four, there are certain types of food that a person should actually avoid. The first one would be gluten. Okay, gluten comes from grains. So if you look at some of the grains over here, most of the grains that we know of, probably rye, barley, for example, majority which I see in the market. And if you look at wheat, a lot of big stuff, okay, bakery goods are using wheat-related flour, all right, wheat-related product, pasta, cereal, and so on and so forth. So that's the part whereby a person with leaky gut issue should actually refrain from eating gluten or bakery product. Now, that being said, doesn't mean that you cannot eat bread, okay? If you go outside, you look for gluten-free, okay, products or produce. Gluten-free. If they mention gluten-free, most likely you are safe over there. Now, even for rye, you have rye bread and so on and so forth. Even for barley, okay, there's food coloring, soups, or even beer, okay, beer made from barley. So basically, you want to refrain from drinking beer or any form of alcohol. Now, of course, if you talk about grains, what grains can we be taking? You can be taking brown rice, okay, black rice, quinoa, millet, oat, corn. As long as it's not genetically modified, more or less you are safe with that, okay? Now, of course, during this period of time, you may also want to refrain from taking dairy product, dairy like, say, for example, cheese, milk, okay? But that being said, cheese, especially those processed cheese like cheddar cheese, those square type, try to avoid as well, all right? To even processed sugar, basically, in short, anything that's processed, try to avoid, because in a sense, whether you have leaky gut or not, okay, you should be avoiding all this highly processed food, okay? Highly processed food, especially those potato chip lah, those in cans lah, okay? Those are some things that you want to avoid or to take note of altogether, all right? Processed sugar, okay, it feeds the bad bacteria, so there's also something you want to avoid, and also it's an inflammatory food source as well, okay? So these are a few things that you want to avoid. Now, what to eat? Of course, you want to eat the good, wholesome food, okay? Say, for example, good old vegetables that you don't need to process too much, good old fruits, okay, that can eat raw as it is, okay? These are some things that you can be looking into as well, all right? So in short, so anything that's healthy, okay, you can be considering. Now, tip 5, know your poop. Know your poop, okay? You know what I mean, right? Basically, knowing your stool. So we know your stool is about when you come out, when the stool comes out, okay, when it pass out, you want to take note of how your stool looks like, okay, because stool tells a lot about your body. If it's a hard, okay, clumpy, a lump, small little lump pieces, okay, most likely you're constipated, okay, especially you are going to toilet once every 3 days, 4 days, some even 7 days, for example, okay, hard to pass, that means you are very, really constipated. This is something that is also in relation to leaky gut, okay, so you want probably type number 3 or number 4. That means it comes out nice like a sausage, okay? At the same time, it's smooth, okay? It's a nice brownish color, all right? That one is, that means your stool is healthy, all right? If it's too watery, you're probably having diarrhea or lacking fiber and so on and so forth. Now, food to stool transit time, that means upon you eating the food to you passing out, takes around 12 to 24 hours. That will be a good timing. If it comes out too fast, that means you probably did not digest well enough to get all the nutrients into your body, okay? It takes too long, like 50 hours or more, that means it also means to say that you can accumulate a lot of harmful bacteria inside you, okay, inside your digestive system, okay? This is also not what you want. But how do you know how long it takes for the food to stool transit, okay? One good way, of course, you can be taking, say, for example, beetroot, okay, beetroot, okay? After you're taking beetroot is red color, right? So after when you see your stool is red color, then most likely you can calculate when do you eat your beetroot and when do you pass out, okay? Or alternatively, you can be taking corn, okay? Taking corn, but you choose 1-2 times and swallow it. So by the time you pass out the stool you should see a good corn, okay, inside there. So when that happens, there is the amount of time between food to stool transition, all right? Now, of course, you want to have daily bowel movement, okay? Every day, if you have a bowel movement of at least once, not too bad. Not too bad. If you're 2 or 3 times, even better. That means you are passing out, okay? That means your gut health is very, very good, okay? In order to pass out 2 to 3 times. Now, some people may say, okay, I probably once every 3 days, once every Friday, I'm already used to it, okay? Used to it doesn't mean it's good because, like I mentioned, there's a lot of undigested food inside there, a lot of bad bacteria formation inside there. So it's actually not so healthy, not so healthy. So you want to pass out, okay, consistently on daily basis if possible. Now, what can you do? How can you do that? We'll talk about that later on. Now, tip number 6, eat probiotic food. Probiotic food is basically to more of the good bacteria, okay? So most of probiotic food can be fermented food, okay? So if you're eating yogurt, some people may be drinking kefir, okay, or even kombucha. I'm trying to make kombucha, all right? Kombucha, you can make your own kombucha as well. Or even kimchi for especially the Korean who takes a lot of kimchi, natto, fermented vegetable. Okay, all this fermentation does incorporate certain form of good bacteria inside that you can take. Okay, so it's actually very, very good. Now, of course, if you are taking supplement, you can always take our probiotic from PharmaNex. Okay, 1 capsule a day to help you get in the good bacteria into your body. Okay, into your digestive system. Okay, so when you have more good bacteria, it fights off those harmful bacteria and therefore reducing it. All right. Okay, number 7. All right. Most people I spoke to sleep probably past 12 o'clock. I'm not sure about you. Okay. By right, you're supposed to sleep around at least 11 latest. Okay. So that your body has a time to detox around 1 to 2 o'clock. And at the same time, studies has also shown that sleeping late or not enough sleep does affect our gut health as well. Okay. So that's one thing. Now, second thing, you want to eat by 7 p.m. Okay. The reason why you don't eat too late, because even while you're sleeping, your body may still be digesting your food. All right. That means still working overtime, even while you're sleeping on a slow-mo. Meaning to say that by then, the next morning, you're probably getting very tired. So you want to eat by 7 o'clock, if not by 6 o'clock, even lucky better. All right. So when you eat early, okay, your body finish the food before you get to sleep. And of course, if you sleep early, even better. All right. Now, supplement for leaky gut, I recommend from Pharmanex. Basically, there are 3. One of them is probiotic, my favorite. All right. And of course, a lot of people have benefited from it, especially those with those gastric issue, okay, some bloatedness. Bloatedness is also related to our gut health as well. Bloatedness, common problem, okay, and many, many more. Now, colostrum is also one thing that you can be taking in terms of building immunity as well. And last but not least, reset. All right, this one my favorite, and I'm going to share with you why reset I'm going to talk about for today, because in the market, there's no such product similar to reset at this point in time. Yes, you can be finding colostrum, you can be finding probiotic, but not reset. And I'll share with you why. So there's a clinical study, okay, on the mice on a high fat and high carbo diet. Okay, so look at this. Watch this carefully, and they'll mention this thing called anthocyanin and how anthocyanin affects the result, okay, of mouse with high fat, high carbo diet. Okay, have a look.
What's happening as a result of obesity in these rats' bodies right now?
Blood pressure is going up quite dramatically. The heart function is going down. The liver function is going down. The abdominal fat pads increase. The hormones go up. The whole of the body is being affected, and that's characteristic of obesity.
And it's all linked together by this inflammatory response.
It's all linked together because the inflammatory response occurs in every organ. There's no organ that is immune from that.
And then, after 8 weeks, he added anthocyanin-rich juice to the food of half the rats.
Much to my surprise, actually, we found that the anthocyanins in purple carrots, in green garnet plums, in all of these things completely reverse all of those changes. So we haven't changed the diet. They're still getting this high carbohydrate, high fat diet. And yet with that intervention, all of those parameters that characterize obesity are back to normal.
That's incredible.
That is incredible.
Yeah, definitely incredible. For imagine a person having high fat, high carbo diet, definitely they have a lot of health issues. But over here with the introduction of anthocyanin, all these health issue literally
What's happening?
Reversed in terms of gut health, in terms of blood pressure, insulin resistance, liver function, inflammatory response. This is also very crucial. Waist circumference, even hormonal aspect. All right. Now, I love about this most is because when you do the clinical study, it also shows that improve in gut health, which is also related to leaky gut. Okay, how does it improve? It actually reduces, okay, the harmful bacteria while increasing the good bacteria by up to 150%. Okay, so isn't that what you want? You want good bacteria to be flourishing inside your gut health, inside your gut. All right, and not only that, it also reduces the inflammatory system. Now, if you don't understand that, no worry. Okay, what it means basically to say that, just like I mentioned, right, your gut wall. Okay, the gut barrier, if it's loose, all the harmful stuff goes into your blood. And when it goes into your blood, it causes inflammation. Your body tries to fight it. Okay, so when this inflammation reduced, means to say that your gut wall is stronger and therefore lesser harmful substance like toxin goes in your bloodstream. Okay, that means lesser toxin goes to your bloodstream, definitely good. All right, and therefore it helps to reduce a lot of inflammatory response-related diseases or health issues. Okay, not only that, you also help to stabilize blood sugar. So people with high blood sugar also reduces, okay, after 8 weeks of intake of anthocyanin. Okay, now this is also something very, very exciting. Okay, some of you may understand, some of you may not understand, but take it this way. If a person having healthy choice of food, a person having healthy choice of exercise, all right, their biomarker will look something like the one on the left. Okay, so whereby there's oxidative stress is decreasing and insulin sensitivity also increasing. But For a person who is a normal lifestyle, normal food, okay, and normal exercise, sometimes don't exercise in fact, okay, but by taking anthocyanin, their biomarker is almost similar to a person who exercise regularly, who eat healthily. Meaning to say that even if I'm not exercising a lot, even I'm not eating very, very healthy, my body biomarker will be similar to a person who is exercising, who is healthy. That means in due time, my health will also improve along the way. Now, isn't that exciting? So what is anthocyanin? Anthocyanin, if you go to supermarket, you look for first a vegetable of different colors like blue, red, or even black color. Okay, the compound that causes the coloring is called anthocyanin. In China, it's called 花青素. All right. Now, of course, the next thing you want to go to is you're going to go to the supermarket, buy some colorful, okay, first a vegetable for your next meal. All right. Now, of course, the question over here is that not only does it help in our gut health, not only does it help in our metabolic health, okay, but the key question over here is that what type of anthocyanin should I be taking and how much of it should I be taking? And that's the reason, okay, the company spent 7 years to research on this. All right, and they identified 2 types of anthocyanin called cyanidin and also delphinidin, which is plentiful in blackcurrant, bilberry, and also black rice. All right, and how much of it to take? Exactly 215 milligram. That's how much you need to take in order for you to have that progressive good results, okay, from anthocyanin. All right. Now, of course, are we getting enough from our diet? So on average, if you go to Australia, on average, probably around 10, 20 milligram of anthocyanin per adult. In China, slightly more, probably around 30 milligram. France, even more. However, if you look at Singapore context, Malaysia context, if you think about this way, when was the last time you eat something colorful? Red, black, purple. When was the last time you take that? Not frequently, right? But that being said, assuming on average is 25 milligram, but we need to take 215 milligram of anthocyanin. That is 8 times more than the normal consumption. Okay, let me give you an example how much is 215 milligram. All right, you can be taking half a bottle of red wine every day. Or alternatively, you can be taking 11 to 12 purple sweet potato on a daily basis. Okay. Now, to take 11 to 12 purple sweet potato, well, you can be cooking a lot of sweet potato soup or eating sweet potato. But that being said, before you become healthier, probably you put on some weight already because of the carbo. Okay. And even if you buy so many sweet potato, doesn't mean that you're able to finish it. All right. So that's the reason why a lot of people started taking, okay, anthocyanin in the form of supplement. So assuming 25 milligram is the average adult consumption, if you go buy off the shelf, okay, you can keep taking bilberry supplement, blueberry supplement, and so on and so forth. Most likely in it, there are around 18 to 35 milligram of anthocyanin, okay, per serving. But that being said, as we know, we need 215 milligram, right? So we need 8 times more, and that's where reset comes in. So reset basically helps in terms of the assisting your blood sugar level, better gut health, improve antioxidant level, and also improving metabolic health. Okay, overall. Okay, now let us see what are the certain experiences. Okay, when after people taking anthocyanin. Okay, 215 milligram anthocyanin. Okay, on a daily basis. Okay, so this lady Jennifer, she has a sensitive tummy. And she'll get tummy upset every time she takes something cold, spicy, acidic, whatever. And basically, she cannot enjoy food. But after taking reset, okay, she realized her tummy has strengthened and she don't have such kind of weekly issues anymore. Okay, that means the gut health actually improved along the way. Now, acid reflux is also something related to leaky gut. Okay, imagine 10 years of acid reflux. Tried various ways to solve it, but after 3 months of anthocyanin, of reset, okay, the abdominal pain reduced. At the same time, even when he's walking long flight of stairs, he doesn't feel breathless. So this is also something very, very good. Now, not only him, I also have another young lady who also acid reflux improved. Okay, which is actually a good news. Now, eczema is also a form of the inflammatory response issue. Okay, so same thing, leaky gut, bad stuff go to your bloodstream inflame, okay, causes inflammation. Okay, and that's the reason why eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, and all those kind of skin-related issues also occur as well. So imagine after 1 month on reset, okay, it actually improved. That means the leaky gut. Next up, I look at knee pain. Quite common as well, especially for people who are older. But let's talk about knee pain also in relation to degeneration. Okay, for Davey, of course, the knee pain improved. We also have knee pain because of arthritis. Okay, inflammatory of the knee joint. okay, or even the body parts as well. So because of the reduced inflammation, of improved integrals of gut health, and therefore the pain also reduced along the way. Now, of course, triglycerides, cholesterol, I mean, these are bonuses whereby when your metabolic health overall is improved, the body chemistry is aligned, a lot of health-related issues also improve along the way. So triglyceride and cholesterol is also one of them, okay, whereby for the past 15 years, he has been trying to ways to actually improve his eating habit, improve his health, but the cholesterol is still on the high side. But after on the weight management program and also on reset, he noticed his reading goes into the healthy level. Glucose level, all right, especially for people in diabetic, this is like a stock market, okay? Meaning to say that tonight you go eat a good food. The next morning you can be expecting your sugar level to spike out high, or sometimes you don't even dare to measure your sugar level because you know that I'm not too sure, is it going to be high or low? Hopefully it's low, but if it's high, it's going to break my heart. Okay, so 68 years old, she has been diabetic for more than 20 years. All right, and of course her reading went down from 14.2 to down to 6.3, okay, which is actually a good level. So, and not only that, her wound also recover faster, because as we know, if the wound don't recover, amputation is something that may occur. Okay, of course, recover faster, sleep early, sleep better, energy, of course, even better. Now, this is one of my good friend, consuming reset. She also noticed that she's more focused. Gut health also improved. Now, she go to the toilet once a day, which is actually considered very good. But because the gut health improved even further, 3 times a day, up to 3 times a day. Not too bad, right? All right. Now, of course, she sprained her leg before, her ankle before, and she actually experienced pain. But recently, she realized that the pain actually reduced, such that she can walk even better. Now, another case, pain also improved. Now, this is not I would say a painkiller, but rather to say that when all this metabolic system align, okay, all this health will improve, pain also it will improve. Now, sleep is also another common problem that most people are not able to sleep well or sleep deep. So this lady, Kate, okay, she normally sleep after 12, okay, after 12, okay, and not because she watched some Korean drama or whatever, just that she cannot sleep earlier. She had only after 12 that she can sleep. And even after 12 she sleep, she wakes up around 2 to 3 a.m. in the morning, and after waking up, right, cannot sleep anymore. Basically lie down there, close eyes, and that's about it. So imagine the energy level the next day. It's going to be very tiring. And not only that, she also has constipation once every 3 days. So after consuming reset, okay, no pain, can sleep by 11 o'clock, deep sleep all the way throughout, okay, at the same time, bowel movement once per day. And recently, she also mentioned that her high blood pressure also reduced, okay, no longer high blood, all right, so which is a fantastic news. Another fatty liver, okay, because this also helps in terms of liver aspect. So imagine fatty liver, diagnosed fatty liver for 2 years already, okay, but that being said, recently, his result also improved, okay, and discharged from polyclinic. So great news from this youngster, teenager, all right. Now, of course, bonus, probably for the ladies, not too much for the guys, cellulite improve. So imagine your skin is much more firmer, okay? You don't see all those cellulite, all those marks, all right? That's even fantastic, right? Okay. Now, body firmer as well, okay? Because of metabolism improve, metabolic health improve, okay? All this food to energy consumption is fully utilized, all right? Gut health also improve, and therefore able to digest properly. So when all these things go in line, okay, your body will also become firmer, smoother, okay, and healthier. So of course, this is not a weight management program, it's not a weight management product, but rather because of metabolism improve and therefore able to firm up, that is normal. So you expect your waist size to also reduce along the way as well. Okay. Now, talk about all these things. Where can I get reset